Welcome back to Land House. Just survived a work weekend. Boy, was I tired. Gosh. So I didn't film any through Friday and Saturday, but I'm back today on Sunday afternoon. Just went to church and had lunch with the parents. Ah, puppies! And stopped by their house to pick up my dad's power washer. It's a small one, so nothing too powerful. But I thought it'd be a perfect time to wash off the red clay dirt here on the front of the house. Definitely needs to be done. Man, did you check out that storm? I was at work last night and about 12:30 or so, all of a sudden this bottom dropped out. So I go to the window and crazy lightning storm. I've not seen something like that in quite a while, especially while it's raining at the same time. Really fascinating. But this spring has been very wet, a very rainy spring. Lots of projects I'd like to get done, but can't really do with all the water. But today is a water project, so who cares if it rains, right? Okay, so maybe I do care about getting wet, especially with expensive camera equipment. It's raining again, which is no big surprise, so this red dirt here on the side of the house will just have to wait for a little while. Judging by the clouds, it may be raining most of the rest of the day. But I've got several videos to do inside and one up under the house today, so should get some stuff done anyway. The rain stopped long enough for me to get some work done. I've gone from that end of the house to right there. You can see how bad it is right there. I'm hoping when this dries, it's going to have some noticeable improvement. Well, for example, you can see down here at the bottom, that's what it was, and I'm hoping it looks better. If not, I may have to come out here with a brush or cloth and really scrub this whenever it gets wet. So we'll see how it goes. Ashley was exhausted from coming home after work and asked that I go pick up some food. And so that's what I'm going to go do. Don't tell her, but I already ate out once today. This may be why I have a hard time losing my 12 pounds in 2 months, but oh well. I'm not a very good cook. So when Ashley's not cooking, we don't eat home-cooked meals. There were lots of sticks in the road from the storm last night, and I looked over here, and there is actually a pretty good-sized tree down over here that we came down from the storm. May have to go check that out later. Looks like it also knocked over another tree right in there. It was quite the storm, a lot more wind than I'm used to here. Looks like I picked up a stick under the car, but yeah, so anyway, I was at work like I showed that clip from earlier. It was quite frightening. I was watching the storm and expected one of the work vans to just go flipping down the road, but anyway, we survived. Emma and I were just picking the new winner of the 16,000 subscriber giveaway. Ooh, that was bright, wasn't it? So I have another YouTube channel you may not know. It's called Fleece Fox Studio. I've not touched it in over a year, but I logged in and read some of the comments, and one fellow said that I had been plagiarized on one of my videos. So he sent me the link to a do-it-yourself filming ring light, and it turns out the guy that made the video, it was a complete copy of my video. So I'll send the links to both of those videos, mine first and his second, and you can see what you think about being plagiarized, if you think I was or not. I'm going to load up my weed eater and Emma's new stroller that was given to us from the Green Acre Homestead, and I'm going to go help weed eat at my brother-in-law's house. My sister is going to watch Emma, and then we're going to take all three of the kids to the park and stroll around for a while. And I think Piper, my niece, is going to fish. At least that's the plan. So should be a fun afternoon. Good old tiny house. I sure need to work on this more, but haven't found the time. All right, so I think I'm gonna put some fuel in here and then probably just take one set of extra strings here. Should be enough. I have really enjoyed this Still weed eater. Definitely have had zero problems with it so far. And it sure is nice to have an old style gas can. Well, I logged on to Stroller Facts to see if this stroller had been wrecked, and nothing has been reported. So I'm going to use some of that green slime that I used previously on the wheelbarrow and get this tire so it doesn't leak, hopefully. Oh, you know what? I probably should remove the stem first. Not stem. I probably should remove the valve before trying to do this. Yeah, that should do it. I don't think it takes a whole lot to get this done. Yesterday we were rained out of going to the park with the kids, and so I weed eated a little bit today, but I've got something much more exciting happening. I have got River Pump 2.0 in the car that I'm going to be testing out today. So I'm going to get this down here to the river and see how well this works. I just ran the first test of River Pump 2.0 without you, and not very good results. I think what's happening is the diameter here of the pipe is just not big enough. I had used about the same size last time. So I think what I need to do next is use something really big, like maybe a 5-gallon bucket or even a 55-gallon drum, so that there's plenty of room for air and water to mix. Because when I watch this go around, it seems like it never has a chance to gulp any air, which is what really pushes the water through. Because I opened up this and there was just a little trickle of water that reached it. So, I mean, it was getting water to the end, but it was not able to rise up out of the water any. So let me show you how it spins. Also, I'm noticing that 4 blades is gonna spin better than 3 on this kind of design. So let me plop it back out here and show you what it's happening. Okay, I'm gonna float this back down to the previous testing zone from back on version number 1. You gotta admit, the color is cool, right? All right, so there's a pretty good stream right here, and it's deep enough to get those blades going. All right, so you can see it's a little bit slower than before because those blades, they're bigger, but at the same time, only having 3 of them seems to slow it down some. Now, I've also noticed that if I drop the hose down some, it's going to slow it down a little and doesn't work quite as well. Lots of resistance. So keeping it up here seems to be better. And let me see if I can get close enough to show you the scoops here. As you can see, it never really gulps any air. It's always just water over and over again. So back to the drawing board. Well, the results from River Pump 2.0 were a little bit less exciting than I was expecting or hoping for, but I believe it has given some pretty decent data. I think what I need to do next is get a larger diameter something. I'm thinking a 5-gallon bucket or one of those 55-gallon drums that I can get for $10 at the hardware store. The main issue I have is I want to make the inside, of course, watertight, but also be able to attach the blades like you saw in this version. So just some more thinking to do. So yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is what's happening is that it's able to pull water, of course, but the diameter of pipe that the hose is wrapped around is so small that it doesn't have time to let the water go down the pipe and gulp some air. And there may be ways around this issue with this size pipe, but I am not exactly sure how to do that other than just increase the size of the diameter. So anyway, that's that, I suppose. Since the river pump didn't work out today, I decided to be productive and get the next block of the walkway done. So the sand is a bit wet from all the rain we've been getting, so I'm gonna let that get some sun for a while, and then gotta put it in the cracks and then tamp it down with the hammer. So it's coming along. I think it looks pretty good. Have one more section to go here, and then after that's done, I can start getting to the workshop over here. While my sand is drying out, I thought that I would come back down here and clean out the ditch that's been filling up again from the rain. You can see it's a couple inches of silt there that has formed since that last rain, especially down here. This seems to be where it really likes to gather, but we get that all cleaned up. And then I noticed that previously, before I built the ditch, the door is having a hard time opening. It just drags down here. So I'm gonna dig out just a little bit on that so it'll open back up and we should be good to go. Good morning. Emma did not let us sleep more than just a couple hours last night. So rough. I was up 3 times and Ashley was up twice, changing and feeding and all that good stuff. So here's what my day looks like today. I want to finish up the last block here of the front walk pavers. Shouldn't take too long. Just need to tamp it down and then make sure the sand is all in the cracks. Then I want to get up under the house and replace some insulation that was pulled out. That's going to be part of a flashlight review. Whenever I'm making my reviews now, I'm going to start trying to do a little bit more entertaining video while I review something, so it's not a complete waste of time for everyone, or for some people who aren't interested in the product. Then I want to get into the back of the house and start pulling some of that silt up that has been washed down. Let's see, I need to order some PVC cement, and if I have extra time, I want to continue filming my video for putting the fascia and soffit on the front of the house. And then also I have that metal that needs to go on. I think it's called a raker trim, perhaps. So that's what the plan is so far. My sister wants to go to a coffee shop with Ashley, so I will probably tag along with that trip. So lots of fun stuff happening. Well, Ashley, Emma, and I went to meet my sister and Emma's 2 cousins at the coffee shop, and on the way I got a terrible headache. I think it has to do with the lack of sleep from last night. So anyway, I didn't film any at the coffee shop. We mostly just sat, well, I just sat there and tried to die, but came home, took a little nap, and then I got the old glasses on. Out here in the workshop to get a ram pump order ready to ship out. So yeah, the day kind of just fizzled here towards the end, but it happens sometimes. Ashley's making some potato soup. I think we're gonna just kind of chill on the couch and enjoy some family time for the rest of the evening. Emma's learning to crawl, doing tummy time. About 2 minutes and she gets upset.
It's okay.
Good job.
Oh, goodness.
That was a good tummy time.
You did so good.
We just finished up having some, what was it, sausage and potato soup?
Yeah. That's what you call it.
Oop, ow.
Say, ooh, ooh, ooh.
I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog. It's been fun and mostly productive. I think we're going to sit here and enjoy some family time before bed because Ashley and I both have to work tomorrow.
Yep.
She's not very thrilled about that, and neither am I, but it's got to be done. And Emma is going to go relax at the babysitter's tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you next week for another vlog. Bye.